Dear Chaverot, Shalom from Israel. The history of progress is written in the blood of men and women who have dared to espouse an unpopular cause, said the legendary Jewish American feminist and human rights activist Emma Goldman. Almost 100 years later, anti-Semitism is exploding again, and Zionism seems to be the world's most unpopular cause. So Goldman's words should bring us comfort. The theme of the 2024 International Women's Day is Inspire Inclusion. Hashtag Inspire Inclusion. This feels deeply ironic to Zionist women in Israel and across the world. To truly include women, says the team at International Women's Day, means to embrace the diversity of race, age, ability, faith, body image, and how they identify. It would be fair to say that included and embraced are the polar opposite of what we've been feeling since October 7. After decades fighting alongside our feminist sisters for the elevation of all women, for equality and equity of access, for the world to believe in women, and for so many other human rights, we find ourselves suddenly and shockingly excluded from the group's hug. The international community, including so many of those sisters we believed were our allies, stepped away from us at our time of greatest need. Apparently, they believed in women, except for us. Apparently decided we were invisible, or liars, or even worse. This has been a deep, traumatic period for us for so many reasons, including the hollowness of slogans like hashtag Inspire Inclusion to our post-October 7 years. But the hurtful and hypocritical behavior of others does not mean the least that we WIZO feminists are deviating from our path or from our commitment to inspiring inclusion in all the work we do. WIZO is a powerful global movement of passionate women, and WIZO truly inspires inclusion. Hundreds of super impactful projects across the country empower people from every sector of our truly diverse society, from every ethnic and linguistic background, and at every socio-economic level. Every one of our WIZO projects is grounded in the twin principles of feminism and Zionism. Everyone encourages individual fulfillment and contributes to organizational capacity building. Everyone enables more meaningful participation in the broader Israeli society and in the wider world. Everyone actually manifests the slogan of inspiring inclusion in the real world. We are hashtag inspiring inclusion. This week, we reopened our daycare centers in Sderot, in Israel's devastated south. Residents are returning gradually despite their ongoing fears and uncertainty about the future. Having daycare available is a sign of life going back to normal. And this is an important step on the road back to national health. And we, WIZO women, enabled it. Feminism. So many of our nation's leaders are graduates of WIZO. Moshe Dayan, Shaul Mofaz, Moshe Edri, Amikam Nolking, and many others. But on International Women's Day, I want to focus on a female graduate. Yes, the legendary Chana Senesh. She was a graduate of the WIZO Nahalal Youth Village. She was a Zionist pioneer, a poet, a paratrooper, a heroine of our people, executed by the Nazis at the age of only 23. It is beyond doubt that Chana Senesh, born in 1921, embodied in hyper-real terms the slogan of this International Women's Day, 103 years later, inspiring the inclusion of so many young women into the Israeli army of today. This current war has seen a huge number of incredible young women engaged in combat roles like Hannah was, displaying a level of heroism that has changed perception of women in Israeli society and in the world. And tragically, there is another side to the coin of women's inclusion in this war. The unfathomable number of women of all ages murdered and raped on October 7, and the ongoing nightmare of those hostage in Gaza. This International Women's Day, I join with Zionist leaders, activists, writers, and entertainers in calling for the release of those 19 remaining female hostages. This year, there are only 19 reasons to celebrate International Women's Day. Naama, Judy, Noah, Romy, Arbel, Carmel, Maya, Eden, Inbar, Doron, Liri, Daniela, Shiri, Shani, Karina, Amit, Agam, Ofra, and Emily. If they don't return, we are not equal. Toda.